How are you guys doing?
Great. It's so great to be back here in Brazil.
It's my first time and I'm finally here. It's a dream come true.
Why do you come to us? I just want to keep my family safe.
Back when Avatar was first released, a whopping 13 years ago, the industry was still adapting to digital filmmaking, but now you had over a decade of experience in motion capture and acting in CGI worlds, right? So how do you compare the experience of working on the original film to the new one?
From where I'm standing as an actor, it kind of felt the same. But I was told by Jim and all of his team and by Jon that this time around it was going to be easier for them because the technology had evolved. They had worked it for 13 years, and instead of having one camera on my helmet, I was going to have two that was going to be able to, capture much more information about my facial expressions. And while all that is being told to you, you're like, that's amazing. But obviously there's only a fragment of what I'm able to sort of understand. What was important coming back a second time around is that the time that we took for preparation in the first movie, I wanted that to be intact. I wanted that to be either the same or more, because for me it's what created greater results and what made me kind of travel to Pandora. Mm-hmm. So Jim did not disappoint, and so did Jon. They took us back to Hawaii, and in addition to working in the rainforest, now we were working also in the ocean to get that immersive experience and to understand through all of our sense memory what it is like. So by our first day of shooting, we were pretty much and in Pandora.
If you want to live here, you have to ride. Let's do it.
And Jon, you're the guy, as a producer, you're the guy that handles the money, the schedules of everyone involved. How did you react when James Cameron came into your office and said, you know what, I want to do 4 Avatar sequels, I want to shoot them back to back? How do you react?
Look, I don't think it was coming into my office. I think it was conversations that Jim and I had about the process. And I was very excited. I first read Jim's original Avatar scriptment in 1995, before we made Titanic. And it was a dream of mine to someday make Avatar because I loved it. And the idea that Jim had enough story ideas to go on was great, because each movie to us has to come to its own emotional resolution, its own story conclusion. But now, when looked at as a whole, over the arc of all of the movies, it's even one larger connected epic saga.
And you, Zoë, how do you react when you first heard I'm gonna have work for the next decade?
Well, that's always security for an actor to know that you're going to be okay. But I just immediately I was curious about the overall arc of every character, especially mine, because Neytiri starts in such a place, even though she's rebellious and she's non-conforming in so many ways, and she's challenged by Jake. I wanted to see where he was going to take it. So when Jim proposed, well, they're gonna have a family. And they're going to have this journey in this second installment. By the 3rd, 4th, 5th, this is where you're each of you are going to be here. He had me at hello. I was already in tears, choking up, because to me it felt like a well-rounded life worth.
Protect the people.
Still to this day, the highest grossing film, the biggest box office. Is there any pressure to outperform the original?
I don't think there's pressure to outperform. We put pressure on ourselves every movie we make for that movie to deliver at least at the expectations of an audience, but hopefully beyond that.
I don't have those expectations or that certainty, because I don't think that far ahead. I have the hope. I live based on hope. I'm a very hopeful person. And what I'm hoping is that it becomes a special experience for others the same way it's been for me. It's impacted my life, and to have been a part of the Avatar family, to have transported myself to Avatar has been something that one of the highlights of my career and of my personal life. So to know that resonated with other people, and that it may once again resonate with others, it just makes me hopeful and excited.
Guys, thank you so
very
much for your time. I hope you guys have a great day here in Brazil. And also, Jon, I really hope that the next time we see each other, we are discussing maybe a better little sequel.
Well, we're still talking to Robert about it in Roses, so we'd love to do it.
What a great movie.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I really hope that next time we see each other for that.
Thank you very much.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.